So what I did, I went into Amazon and I purchased a kit that brings everything you need when wrapping the car. This is a very important step. You have to look at your car and be real with yourself. Who's superior, wrap or paint? All I'm going to say is, so a little birdie told me that you're looking into wrapping your car. Well, guess what? Don't. I'm just kidding. My name is Danny. I am nobody special. I'm just like you. And in today's video, I will be talking about everything you need to know before wrapping your car. What I wish I knew when I started, how much everything will cost, how much wrap you need, can it be a one-man job, wrap or paint? Let's get into it. We're gonna try to do all this in under 10 minutes. Yeah, I think we got it. Price breakdown. You gotta ask yourself, do I want to do it myself or do I want to take it to a shop? If you're taking your car to a shop, crazy enough, I literally just had a conversation yesterday with a shop owner over in Miami. He charges, the starting price is $2,500 for a wrap for a car, and that is including material. So you don't have to buy the wrap and then pay $2,500. The wrap is included in those $2,500. And there was also someone there that was just starting wrapping cars at their garage, and he said that he starts at $1,500. So that's a good representation. So if you want to get it wrapped by someone that's on the come up, around $1,500, someone that has an established shop, which is gonna guarantee you a very good job, around $2,500. Now, this is not a video to compare for paint, but the biggest competitor of wrap is paint, and the OG of the game is paint. You're gonna probably pay double what you're paying for a wrap if you want to paint your car. So you're choosing to do it yourself. That's why you're watching this video. What do you need? First off, you need a wrap. In the industry, one of the top dogs is people like Avery. Very easy, very thin, very easy to work with. You also have 3M. 3M used to have very bad reputation, but recently they've come out with a lot of new technology in the wrap, and it's really good. It's up there with Avery. And then you also have Tech Wrap, which is in the cheaper side, but the quality is still yet very good. And personally, the one I used, Vinyl Frog. Out of being respectful, I'm not gonna say who I recommend and who I don't. I have heard that Avery is very, very good when you're first starting, but I'm gonna talk about my personal experience with someone like Vinyl Frog. Probably not heard of it. That should probably tell you how it went for me. Someone like Avery and Vinyl Frog are in the $400 to $500 range. So let's just say a few things have changed due to shortages and whatnot. For the glossy metallic Vampire Red, aka my wrap, 5 by 59 feet is now worth $579. A gloss metallic vinyl wrap from Tech Wrap is $575. When you're talking about Avery or 3M, those are in the $800 to $1,000 range. Wrong again. A regular gloss 3M hot red 3 feet by 75 feet will actually cost you $685. Now, when it comes down to Avery, other than everything being almost sold out, a gloss orange costs surprisingly $584, but it might not look as good as the glossy metallic from Vinyl Frog. One of my favorite things about Vinyl Frog, it is the color. I mean, this color in person, it's beautiful. There's like 3 shades of red. At Narc, it's like a violet. During the day, it's like a really nice red. I'm gonna say how much I ordered for this exact car. It is a Nissan 370Z, and I ordered exactly 5 by 59 feet. So 5 feet by 59 feet for a Nissan 370Z. That's for a 2-door coupe. Now, if you have a 4-door sedan, you're probably gonna need more than that. Especially if you're starting out, you're most likely gonna mess up 1 or 2 panels. Or when you do the rest of the car and you do the rest of the car great, but the first panel you did wasn't great, you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna redo this panel. That's what I did. So order more than you think you need. But let's digress a little bit. Also, this was my first time wrapping a car, so I can relate to every single one of you. So I feel like this could be a very relatable video, and you can get some real perspective on getting into it the first time ever. So you got the wrap that you want. You know you're gonna do it yourself. You're gonna need more than that. First, you need at least a gallon of alcohol. Know not to drink it away as you're struggling through wrapping a car for your first time. That's not a good way to cope, my friend. You need alcohol for the very last step before you put the wrap on, and it is to make sure that the surface is extremely clean, and then you're gonna wipe off the alcohol. Before that, you also need to clay bar your car. Now, before clay barring the car, this is a very important step. You have to look at your car and be real with yourself. Does it have a lot of little chips? I'm looking at this fender because this fender did, and it was a pain. Or does it have a lot of deep scratches like this door did on the way down? You have to be very honest, because if it does have deep scratches or chips, you will have to sand that down until it is basically very smooth before obviously clay barring it, alcohol, and then applying the wrap. You need to make sure your surface is as clean as possible. Obviously it's not gonna be perfect. Location matters a lot. Let's jump to location. Me myself, I did it outside under the beautiful Florida sun, and I don't recommend it. You constantly have to worry about it being windy and particles flying on the panel that you're gonna wrap. You have to worry about particles falling in behind the wrap. Since it's sticky behind, it's gonna get there and you're not gonna be able to get it off. And you just have to worry about the environment. I mean, it's really a pain. It is better to do it in a controlled environment. In a shop, there's no dust, no particles, no wind flying and ruining the wrap. But let me not be a hypocrite. Can you do it outside? Yes. Would I do it outside if I had to again? I would, and I will. So now let's talk about time. How much time are you looking at when you're gonna wrap the car yourself? I would say give yourself, if it's a weekend thing, I would give yourself 2 weeks. If you can work on it every single day, little by little, a couple hours here and there, I would give yourself a week. And that's how long it took me personally. Actually, I would say it took me a little less than a week, probably like 4 or 5 days. And that was working on it every single day except a couple days. And that is mainly because the prep work took a very long time. My car had a lot of dings and here and there. And it just took longer than it would have to wrap a brand new car that you just got from the dealership. And you're like, wait, I'm gonna wrap it. I don't like this lame burgundy. So when I first made up my mind of I'm gonna do this, which keep in mind, when I heard someone wrap their car in their garage, I was like, you sir are a maniac. What an absolute, you have my respect. I never thought I would do that. But when I decided to do it for some weird reason, the scariest part for me was what tools do I need? And I just didn't know how to go about it. So what I did, I went into Amazon. I will have it linked in the description. And I purchased a kit that brings everything you need when wrapping the car. I'm talking about squeegees. I'm talking about little microfiber things that go over your little finger. I'm talking about little blades where you can cut right. I'm talking about knifeless tape, plastic little skinny tools so you can tuck in the wrap places. It brings everything you need. And that is the kit that I purchased to wrap my car. I also had to purchase a lot of microfiber towels, obviously a clay bar kit, the alcohol I talked about, a lot of sanding paper, a sanding gun because I had to use a crap ton of Bondo, and when I saw that much Bondo, I told myself, I will not torture you, Danny. So I bought a little sanding gun. If you're doing it at home, DIY, and you're in a budget, I would give yourself a good $100 to $125 when it comes down to tools. And that's obviously not including your wrap, which you could either go $500 like my wrap, or $1,000, or you want to do some crazy chrome that's gonna cost you $2,000. You got the tools, you got the location you're gonna do it at, you got the wrap. How is it wrapping a car for the first time? Now, I'm not gonna talk about tips and tricks. There's a whole YouTube catalog videos that you can watch for tips and tricks. I will be nice enough and leave in the description. I myself, being a beginner and my first time wrapping this car, I will give the experience 1 being extremely hard, 10 being extremely easy. I would give it a 7. What? Danny, whoa. Although the exact wrap that's on my car is a pretty thick material, which people do say it's difficult, and I believe them, it wasn't hard for me. But here's the main reason. I did every single panel myself, except for the bumpers. I did not do my bumpers, side skirts, or front bumpers. Why did I not do this myself? I was afraid of running out of material. And second, I need someone that would really help me and do the bumpers for me and the side skirts. Here is where I'm going to be completely honest. The parts that I didn't do are the worst looking parts about this car. But that is not calling anybody out. That is because the wrap is very difficult to use, and these bumpers are extremely hard to wrap. You can see the curves and whatnot. When a wrap is really thick, things like this, it doesn't like to stick very well unless you put extra adhesive spray on these corners. And I don't know why, but you get things like that. Being straight up real, I really want to help everybody watching this video, so I will show things like that. And to be honest, I'm not upset. Another bad thing on my part personally was when painting a car, it's easier to obviously paint it off the car. You can put it on a bumper stand and you can just paint away. When it comes down to wrap, it is much easier to leave things like your bumper on, or at least until you do majority of the bumper, because you have something stable to push to and work on when you're wrapping it. Because you gotta stretch the wrap, you gotta warm up the wrap, and that is much easier to do when the bumper's mounted on the car. Now, I took the bumpers off the car, so that made it even harder. Now, here you can see more of the problem of having a thicker wrap. You can see right here on the side skirt, it's peeling up. Thinner wrap would have been way easier and a much better idea for this car, since it has a crap ton of curves. But for flat panels, this was a breeze. Honestly, I often get asked if it's a paint or a wrap, because there's no bubbles. Everything looks tight and perfect. I mean, you really cannot tell it's paint unless you go like this. And you can see where the cut is, and this is obviously great. But the roof was actually surprisingly the most difficult part, just because when you're squeegeeing this way, you get a lot of cracks and whatnot separate ways, so you gotta lift everything up, go that way, go down. You have to figure it out as you're in it. I'm not gonna give too many tips this video because it's more of an overview. But if I could go back and change one thing, which is what I was gonna get to, I would 100% do the bumpers myself, because if I made these mistakes, it's on me, the material, and how difficult it was to wrap. If you're gonna do it, do everything yourself, unless you know that person is used to wrapping with your material and your car. This car is getting a white body, and I'm gonna rewrap the whole car, and I'm very excited for that. I will also be wrapping the carbon fiber panels of this car, so it will be all one color, and I'm very excited for that as well. How long does a wrap last, you may ask? Usually, if it's done the right way, all corners are tucked, everything is good, extra adhesive is applied, a wrap should last you roughly. So, Vinyl Frog wrap, they say 3 to 5 years. Avery says 5 to 7 years, and 3M says up to 7 years. For hundreds of years, everybody has been asking themselves, is wrap or paint better? Who is the most alpha? Who's superior, wrap or paint? All I'm going to say is, there's a reason why cars come out of dealerships with paint, not wrap. Paint will last you a very, very, very long time. Wrap will not last you forever. Paint costs way more than wrap. Wrap doesn't cost as much, and you can change the color way more often than you can with paint. Let's say some idiot keys the whole door and peels the wrap. You could literally wrap the door in a day without worrying about any other panels. If someone scratched your paint and left a huge mark, you would have to get your whole door repainted, which probably won't match with the other panels, and you're probably gonna have to go ahead and get everything painted at once. What looks better, paint or wrap? Huh. Ah, this is a good one. This is where it gets close. I, Danny, believe that paint does not look better than wrap. Now hear me out. I've seen some great paint jobs out there, but there is nothing cooler than just a sick chrome wrap or a camel wrap or a color shifting wrap. Paint just, it does not look as good. Okay, maybe that means wrap just has better options. Let me digress. Paint, color for color, will have a better finish than wrap if the painter does a great job. But it's really not that noticeable. Everybody asks me if this is paint, and I have to be like, no, it's a wrap. So to the regular person eye, you really can't tell the difference. And then wrap also has so many varieties of things that you can choose. I'm going with wrap. I love paint, and it is a lot less stressful, but I love wrap. That being said, the wrap, the color itself, the material has not lost any of its fiery red, beautiful color, and why it shows it. It still looks as good as new. Keep in mind, I live under the fiery Florida sun. I don't really maintain it. I know they sell spray bottles to maintain your wrap. I have not used anything. I don't clean or wash this car as much as I should. Oh my gosh, I'm aired up. Look at this. 4 fingers. Now, obviously, we'll see in a year how the color is. I don't think this car is going to last a year with this color though, or this exact same wrap, because once a wide body gets here, I mean, we're going to rewrap, maybe change colors. I don't know, but it's still quite a few months away, so I'm not even thinking about that for now.